can finally watch Luigi in action in Super Mario 64, sort of. A resurfaced VHS tape seems to show off screen footage of Luigi's Super Mario 64 appearance. A video uploaded to a small Japanese YouTube account last month has become an important part of video game history. A seconds long section of the video appears to show the first ever known footage of Luigi in Super Mario 64. The 13 minute and 20-second mark of the video, which was uploaded to the Now and Game channel account on November 22nd, shows a brief look at a few monitors at Nintendo's booth from the 1995 Space World Convention in Japan. One of the monitors flashes to a room with checkerboard flooring, while a tall figure in a green shirt, green hat, and overall performs the Super Mario 64 spin jump and floats to the ground. We finally have a glimpse of what the early multiplayer mode for Super Mario 64 looked like. This is also the first time we have seen Luigi's Super Mario 64 model outside of the Nintendo leaks. Per VGC, the footage matches a 1995 interview with Nintendo head Shigeru Miyamoto in an official Japanese strategy guide, which mentions Luigi as an intended second playable character in the interview. Miyamoto describes an area which closely resembles the stage seen on the monitor, specifically the room made of simple Lego-like blocks, where the two plumbers could run around in there, climb slopes, jump around, and more. The newly revealed video comes 3 years after a massive leak of internal Nintendo information showed Luigi's character model from Super Mario 64 for the first time. A 2009 interview with Miyamoto and late Nintendo president um, Sadu Wada also spoke about the game's multiplayer mode, which apparently used split screen technology to keep both characters on screen. Mario, Luigi, and many more are playable in the duo's latest adventure, Super Mario Wonder, which is now available exclusively on Nintendo Switch. Um, so, what do you think of the fact that Super Mario 64 was originally going to have Luigi as a second playable character?
It surprised me at first, yes, but it wouldn't surprise me at all because almost every Super Mario game that we had up until what Super Mario Brothers 3, if not Super Mario Brothers World at all, we had Luigi in it. So
Yeah, he
you
was in
know,
Super Mario World also. Yep.
yeah, so I'm like, okay, it's predictable. At the same time, not predictable. It's like a back and forth, I would say, because we expect Luigi to be somewhere in the game after the first few levels of Super Mario 64, right? So that was like they expected to see like, oh, I can't wait to see Luigi as second player unlock the game or some shit like that, you know. But obviously, it wasn't the case after what 25, almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
So
It's funny on Super Mario 64 DS. Well, I actually hated how this turned out, but on Super Mario
yeah,
64 DS, Mario, Luigi, and Wario come to the castle for a cake from Princess Peach, and then they all get kidnapped quietly and quickly, and then
hmm
Yoshi, who's sleeping on the top of the castle, has to go rescue them.
mm.
And I'm thinking maybe, I'm like, why didn't they ever make Mario 64 two-player game? That would have been so hard, especially for those stars that are really hard to get, like in the later levels, in the later worlds. Um, I just think it was a missed opportunity, but for some reason, made I I just don't know why they didn't make Super Mario 64 two players. And if you think about it, it's really kind of been it's really been it's I mean there's really not that many one player Mario games.
Yeah,
They all seem to be two players. Sure, there was Super Mario Sunshine on the GameCube. I think that was one player. I think Luigi's Mansion is one player.
yep.
And there might be, I think the Galaxy games. I'm not sure if they're one player or not. Um, but it seems like then they realized, oh, we should add in more characters because like when they did New Super Mario Brothers, they made it four players. So um, yeah, it's kind of weird that that was Super Mario 64 was the first game where you didn't have a multiplayer um, that could work together. You didn't have Luigi in the game. Um, they intended for him to be there, but I guess something got cut later in production. Or
I see.
yeah, so they at least intended, but I just wonder how much better Super Mario 64 would be if like two players could work together like on the desert level or the fire lava level to get those stars.
Hmm.
But then again, I'm also a person who is so sick of Super Mario 64. That is definitely one retro game I'm not going after
Mm.
because I've just played it so many times and never beat it, and it's just not something I want to play ever again.
Right.